John 19:28. Later, knowing that everything had now been finished and so that scripture would be fulfilled, Jesus said, I'm thirsty. In those words, I am thirsty. Firstly, they fulfilled prophecy. In the Psalms, it says, my strength is dried up like a potsherd, my tongue sticks to my jaws. You lay me in the dust of death. It says later, I am weary with my crying out. My throat is parched. They gave me poison for food, and for my thirst, they gave me sour wine to drink. Now, Jesus' death on the cross was indeed sour wine. And he knew that the suffering he was going to go through was going to be a great one. That in his death, he wouldn't just be dying, but taking the consequences into himself. He prayed in the garden. He said, my Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. And so in saying he's thirsty, in one sense, maybe he's saying, I'm ready to drink this cup of suffering. But let's hold on to that for a minute and look at another one. See, Jesus also possibly was saying he was thirsty simply because he was human. He'd been whipped, beaten, carried his cross, and crucified. He was thirsty from blood loss, heat, exhaustion. Now, I don't know what everyone here is experiencing right now, but it can be exhausting. There's death. There's loss of jobs with no sign of recovery. And I don't know if things will get better before they'll get worse for many people. But Jesus gives us hope with those words. I thirst. Because even while our problems may not come close to comparing to what Jesus went through, they are real problems we're facing. I mean, the fear of facing the coronavirus may not be the same fear of facing the divine wrath of God. I mean, it's not financial hardship, but Jesus was thirsty because he was human. And because he was human, he can empathize with us. And frankly, he suffered more than we have. He doesn't look back and watch us without emotion or without feeling. He shares in this with us. In fact, we can look at his response to Lazarus' death as an example. See, he waited. He let Lazarus die, but he knew he was going to raise him from the dead. And yet, even knowing that, he still wept at the emotion from his friend's death. So don't be discouraged as you face suffering during this time. It's okay to thirst. It's okay to grieve. Jesus did. Jesus is ready to hold you in this time. He knew Lazarus would live, and he knew he would triumph over death. He knows what's lying on the other side of these days, and he's going to be with us. So Jesus' thirst, it puts him right there alongside us.